Hi, I'm Luna.
And I'm Nick.
Here's a request we've seen a few times in our video comments. Where are the bathrooms in Venice?
Now, the good news is that there are several public restrooms available, but they can be a bit hard to find if you don't know where to look.
Fortunately, there is a map available online. You can keep this page open on your phone to help you find them.
But we're also going to give you a quick tour to help you find the public toilets, starting from some of the major landmarks. First, it is perfectly normal in Italy to simply say the toilet. If you ask somebody for directions, it may be easier to just ask for the toilet.
Second, there are signs around the city, but they say WC. Americans may not know water closet is a common term in the UK, so the abbreviation WC is often used on public signs. Looking for those signs will make a big difference.
Speaking of that, Luna, I need to take a quick sidebar with the Americans. Okay, Americans, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are going to have to pay for the public toilet. I know you hate this, but just make peace with it now and everything will be easier. Usually there's a turnstile and you need to pay with coins. It's usually looking for €1.50, and the machine usually expects exact change, but there's also usually an attendant there who can help make change if necessary. Just keep some coins on hand and you should be just fine.
We'll start our tour in Piazzale Roma. This is where you enter Venice if you arrive by car or by bus. There's a footbridge that crosses over to the main train station, and the terminal for the bus and the local tram system is here.
As you walk away from the bus station, you will probably see some vendors. Look for the sign that says WC. Turn here toward the canal. Just past the vendors to the right, you will see the public toilet. Get your coins ready and head right in.
Next, let's jump over to some of the biggest tourist areas. Let's go over to Piazza San Marco, St. Mark's Square. There are 3 toilets in this area. We'll start with one that's just to the west of the square. So let's say you're standing in the middle of Piazza San Marco. We're going to head toward the southwest corner of the square.
Turn away from the bell tower and walk toward that corner. There's a passage that leads out of the square. Once you're through there, turn right. Pass one side street, then turn left onto the next narrow street. Down this narrow path, you'll find the entrance for the toilet.
This one is not the best for accessibility because you do have to go inside, then up some stairs to get to the toilet. For something that's a little more accessible, let's start at the Vaporetto stop, San Marco Giardinetti. This is next to the public gardens just outside of Piazza San Marco. This is one of the Vaporetto stops on the San Marco Basin.
You will be able to see the bell tower over the gardens. Turn toward the Vaporetto station, but walk right by it, heading to the right. You'll see this bridge, but don't go over it. Turn right to follow the signs to the public toilet here.
And there's a third toilet near San Marco, but this takes a little bit more of a walk. Start near the water, facing Piazza San Marco. Turn east and walk along past Palazzo Ducale. We'll cross one big footbridge, and after that, look for a narrow passage on the left.
Go all the way down to the end of this passage, and turn left when it opens up to a larger street. Walk down a bit until you see the WC signs, pointing you down a narrow path to the toilet. This is a good time to point out that these toilets are closed at night and the early morning. They do not have the same hours, but they generally open around 9 or 9:30 in the morning.
Next, let's go over to Rialto Bridge, one of the biggest attractions in Venice. There are 2 toilets in this area, one on each side of the bridge. There's a small square near the southeast side of Rialto Bridge. Standing in this square, you can see the bridge.
Turn north and walk across this square. Look up on the side of the building to find the WC sign pointing you to a narrow street near the northeast corner. And there's your public toilet.
Or if you're starting from the northwest side of Rialto Bridge, there's a square where you will see the church of San Giacomo di Rialto. To the south of that church, there's a long row of vendor stands.
Look up for the WC sign. Head through this passage, and when it opens up to a small campo, head right and look for the toilet.
Next, let's head over to the Accademia Bridge, which connects San Marco to Dorsoduro. This is one of the most famous places to capture photos over the Grand Canal, and it's also the easiest place to find a toilet.
On the south side of the bridge, you will see a toilet directly at the base of the bridge. The convenient location and clear signs make this one very easy to get to if you're in the area.
Finally, let's head all the way across town to Cannaregio. Connecting Santa Croce, where the main train station is, to Cannaregio, there's a big bridge called Ponte Giulia. If you started at the train station and you're walking into this section of the city, you're probably going to cross Ponte Giulia.
We're headed into Cannaregio from Ponte Giulia. Keep going straight into a lively square full of restaurants, shops, and vendors. Eventually, the street opens up to a campo on the right. During the day, you're probably going to see fruit vendors here. This is where you'll turn and find the public toilet. Once you know where to look, it's easy to find with big, clear signs.
Now, we did not see all of the public toilets. There are still a few more in Castello, near the Arsenale and Biennale areas, and on the islands as well, Lido, Murano, Burano, and Torcello. You can see those on the map.
Between the online map, the signs that point out the WC, and our tour here, I think you'll have an easier time finding the much-needed relief as you're walking around discovering Venice.
And if you are visiting Venice for the first time, you might want to also take a look at our guides for walking around Venice and using the public transportation.